On the morning of November 8, 1950, a 20-year-old American corporal named Mitchell Red Cloud Jr. heard movement in the dark outside his position in North Korea, and what came out of that tree line was not a patrol. It was a Chinese regiment. He held them off long enough for his unit to escape. And that is not even the most impossible story on this list. Red Cloud bought his unit maybe 20 minutes. 20 minutes was enough. 5 years earlier and 6,000 miles west, a British lance corporal named John Keneally was standing in a wheat field in Tunisia on the morning of April 30th, 1943, and the German line in front of him had not broken. It had barely moved. His battalion was pinned. The attack was stalling, so Keneally did something that was not in the orders. He picked up a Bren gun, a weapon designed to be crew-served, and walked toward the German position alone, firing from the hip. Not once. He did it twice. On the same day. The first charge broke the immediate resistance and bought his company enough space to advance. When a second German counterattack came in the afternoon, he went again. By the time the day was over, his battalion held the position. The Germans had not expected a single man to charge a fortified line with a light machine gun, because that is not a tactic. It is a decision made when the math stops mattering. Keneally was awarded the Victoria Cross. The citation described his actions as having saved the situation, which is a very British way of saying he personally kept a regiment from being overrun. That was one man with one gun in one afternoon. This next story involves a handful of men and an enemy force that outnumbered them so badly that the commanding officer's written order essentially assumed they would not come back. But here is the part the official record almost left out. Keneally charged a fortified German line twice in one afternoon with a weapon built for a crew. Would you have gone back for the second charge? Drop your answer in the comments below, because the next story makes Keneally's odds look almost reasonable. The commanding officer who wrote that order survived the battle. The men he assumed were expendable did not lose. Now push the calendar back further to the afternoon of January 12th, 1917, on the Western Front near Bapaume, France. A British lance corporal named William Coltman received orders to cross no man's land, not to attack, to retrieve wounded soldiers who had been lying in the open for hours. He was a stretcher bearer and a committed pacifist who had refused to carry a weapon for the entirety of the war. He went anyway, 3 times in a single night, under continuous fire, and brought men back each time. That alone would be remarkable. But Coltman did not do it once across the war. He did it repeatedly across multiple engagements without ever picking up a rifle. By the armistice, he had carried out more rescues under fire than any other non-combatant in the British Army. He was awarded the Victoria Cross, the same decoration Keneally earned for charging into a German line twice in one afternoon. Coltman earned his by walking into the same kind of fire, unarmed, to carry someone else out. Coltman remained the most decorated other-rank soldier in British military history for decades. He went home after the war and worked as a gardener. Subscribe for more stories like this and watch the next one on screen. It's just as unbelievable.